But sometimes your day ends up pivoting based on what you find. All right, we are here. So I just finished my performance review with my manager. It is currently 6:30 a.m. on Friday, and Johnny and I are on our way to Los Angeles. So I typically work in my home office in San Diego, but today we're working remotely in LA. But before I go over why we're doing so, I thought I would share with you what I typically do on Fridays, which is post my weekly stand-up to the UX team. Every single Friday, the entire UX team posts all the things that they accomplished over the week in our Slack channel. So then Fridays for me are kind of like what I call my housekeeping days, because I'm able to get more heads down work and really get myself into a flow with design, or I can go into cleaning up and organizing my files. But today as a Friday is really busy, which isn't, you know, super ideal given that I'm not in my home office, but it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. But before I get into my daily to-dos for today, I should explain why we are going to LA, but let me get a bagel sandwich real quick and then I will check in once we're on the road. Say hi! Guys, that's my fiance Johnny. I don't know if he's been on this YouTube channel. Yes, there he is. We are back on the road. We had breakfast, so now I can tell you why we are going to LA today, and that is to pick up my wedding dress. I am so excited. I genuinely thought that my wedding dress was gonna come late and I was gonna be in some sort of panic state, but luckily it came a week early. But it's in LA, I live in San Diego, so we have to go pick it up, and I have a dress fitting today. They only do weekday appointments, which is unfortunate, but luckily I do work remote, so it is fine. Now let's go over my to-dos for today. Sorry for the interruption. I'm sitting here editing this video and I can't stand the noise coming from the freeway. So instead, I'm gonna tell you what my to-dos were for that day. The first one is designing a screen for payment breakdown. Secondly, updating a prototype for a new flow. Next is finalize the decision between Notion versus Confluence. If you follow me on my Instagram, you already know that my organization is trying to decide between Notion versus Confluence for our wiki. I have a meeting about that today, so hopefully we make a final decision. All right, and this last to-do is kind of a doozy, but it is my yearly performance review. When I first scheduled this video, I had no idea that my performance review was going to be on the same day that I was going to be in Los Angeles. So today I'll be able to show you kind of the feelings and behind the scenes of my performance review as a UX designer. All right, moving on. 2 hours later and we made it to my friend's house in LA, and we have our setup going on in the living room. So now I just got online and I'm checking all my Slack channels. Basically on Fridays, it's mostly an async stand-up, meaning we don't hop on a Zoom call. So I'll go into each of my product Slack channels and just include everything I worked on yesterday and what I'm gonna work on today, and mention any blockers, but I don't have any. And from there, I'm going to get into design work. I know I said I was going to be working on a design, but sometimes your day ends up pivoting based on what you find. First, I was doing a little bit of discovery to understand what the problem was before jumping into any solution, and I always like to jump into more of an ideation tool, something like Whimsical. Here at this organization, everyone uses Lucidchart, so I'm hopping on there real quick to take basically like screenshots of all the different designs of what exists today and trying to see what the flow looks like and seeing if there's any gaps or holes that I'm really not seeing. So that's always something to know. Once you become a UX designer, it doesn't necessarily always mean that every day you're gonna be in the design process like step by step. It's not really rigid depending on like what kind of design problem that you're working on. My performance review is in a bit, and so I'm just kind of writing down like everything that I remember putting in my performance review, like my self-review, on things that I want to improve on or like goals that I have for this year, because I kind of forgot we did these like a couple months ago, just so I have them handy, but I will let you know how it goes. So I just finished my performance review with my manager. I mean, I think it went pretty well, and I got feedback from all the different team members that I work with last year in 2021, and then we went over all the things that I put for myself in my self-performance feedback, and then we just kind of walked through it and then talked about any improvements, any goals for this year. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with everything. It was really sweet, all the feedback that I got. Like, someone said that I was one of the best designers that they've ever worked with. Someone said that my handoff to dev is incredible and it doesn't even stop there. It was all like, there was not a shred of bad or like need to improve feedback from my team members, and I'm just so grateful because I work with seriously some of the most amazing, talented people that I've come across. So I'm really happy. It's a really great way to, you know, start off my weekend. But now I am starving. Johnny went out to go get me a salad because I've been in meetings. And then I just got out of my conversation regarding, oh wait, Johnny's calling me about my salad. Hold up. Look how massive this salad is. Like, comparing it to my laptop. My God. And then Johnny got this pastrami sandwich from Daughters. Okay, we just got done eating lunch. I had to eat my salad. I was so hungry given that we hadn't eaten since like 6:30 in the morning. But as I was saying, we just got done with the Notion versus Confluence smackdown. I learned some new news this week from the UX team in terms of relying more heavily on Airtable. So like, regardless of if we go with Confluence or Notion, we're really just looking for like a wiki page. Essentially, that means like a hub where we can put in a bunch of links and that links out to other places. It'd be nice to just have like one document where we can send a link. In terms of representing the UX team, I don't think we're really strong on either or, as long as we can provide documentation and it's really easy to consume and access. But yeah, we will see what happens with that. Otherwise, I have changed because I'm going to leave to go pick up my wedding dress in a little bit, and I just wanted to look a little bit more presentable than wearing a sweatshirt. And so I'm gonna do a little bit more work before I leave, and then I will check with you once we get to the dress shop. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Okay, so I am currently on my way to go pick up my wedding dress, so I'm really excited. But yeah, I let the team know I have to step out for a bit. That's what I really like about working remote, is that, yeah, it's kind of at a 9 to 5 schedule. If I do have something I need to do in the middle of the day and I do go do it, I'll make up for it by staying later and making sure that I need to get done what I need to get done. And I think that's really important in looking for an organization in terms of like work-life balance, is if an organization values you getting your work done regardless of when or what time, like, I think that's more important. Just keep that in mind when you're looking around. I know I get that question a lot about like work-life balance. Is it a strict 9 to 5? Is it rigid? Is it flexible? And that's like really up to your organization and the culture. All right, we are here. I don't know if you can hear me, but I've never vlogged in public, but we are here at Loho. Let me show you. I gotta take it out of the car because it's definitely not good for it to be sitting in the hot sun. And Johnny's inside. Obviously, he cannot peek inside the bag. But yeah, let's get back to work. I am about to wrap up my day here, but before I do that, I wanted to show you what I like to do every single day at work, and I showed this in my day in the life video. If you haven't checked that out yet, I'm gonna link it up here and in my descriptions. But I always go into Airtable at the end of the day and I basically have like a list of things that I accomplish that day, and then I start to put in the to-do list I have for the next day. So I like to do this on Fridays too, especially because after the weekend, I'm kind of like, okay, what can I start doing as soon as Monday morning hits? It also kind of helps reduce those Sunday scaries because you don't have to like go through all of Sunday thinking like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. And instead you can already have that written out for you and ready to go when you start work. If you enjoyed today's video, thank you so much for watching, and please remember to subscribe if you want to watch more in the future. I'll see you next time.